Crew's qualifications.
Question number 8, the Honourable Nanaia Mahuta.
My question is to the Minister of Education. How many new teachers are forecast to be employed in 2016 based on the current student-to-teacher ratios and role growth? And how does this compare to the number of teachers who will be employed in 2016 under the new ratios she announced last week?
The Honourable Hekia Parata.
Mr. Speaker, over the past 10 years, we have seen a 12.7% increase in teacher numbers, around 6,000 more teachers, while student numbers have risen by only 2.5%. We have approximately 50,000 teachers now, and in 2016 we expect to have about the same. Under current settings, we could have expected a further 1,000 more teachers to be added by 2016. However, because we have not seen a matching increase in achievement, our focus in Budget 2012 is on investing in raising the quality of teaching, not continuing to grow the number of teachers.
Order. Point of order, the Honourable Trevor Mallard.
Mr. Speaker, I think we had a figure of 1,000 to the first part of the question, and I know that you don't always insist on two legs of a question being answered, but I think this was a straight question asking for two bits of information and could reasonably have been expected to be answered.
Order. I think the member makes a perfectly fair question. This is a primary question and asked for the comparison, and the Minister she indicated that 1,000 more teachers would be expected had the previous arrangements been continued
Mr.
in
Speaker,
place.
Thank you.
The Honourable Hekia Parata.
Prior to my giving that figure, I actually said we have approximately 50,000 teachers now, and in 2016 we expect to have about the same. That is a comparison between this year and 2016.
I appreciate the Minister's clarification. I'd missed that detail or answer. The Honourable Nanaia Mahuta.
To the Minister, to be clear then, is it correct that 1,000 more teachers would need to be hired in the next 4 years to keep up with role growth under the current student-to-teacher ratios? And how big will the average class size be in 4 years now she has decided to freeze the number of teachers at current levels?
The Honourable
Speaker,
Hekia Parata.
No to the first part of the question, and to the second part of the question, the ratios that I announced last week are for the purposes of a funding formula, and that funding formula is then used by schools to be able to decide what classes they will actually have.
The Honourable Nanaia Mahuta.
Does she agree that larger class sizes means that teachers have less time to spend one-on-one with students, and that those students with behavioural issues will put pressure on teachers? And how will this improve student achievement so no child misses out?
The Honourable Hekia Parata.
I'm sorry, Mr. Speaker, because that question was so long, could I have the front part of it again, please?
If the member wouldn't mind repeating a question, please. The Honourable Nanaia Mahuta.
Does she agree that larger class sizes mean teachers have less time to spend one-on-one with students, and that those students with behavioural issues will put pressure on teachers? And how will this improve student achievement so no child misses out?
The Honourable Hekia Parata.
Mr. Speaker, the point of investing in quality teaching is because the nature of teaching has now changed, and it will continue to do so. And so the way teachers deliver a cross-curriculum quality program engages students in different ways, including the significant investment this government has made in ultra-fast broadband and the network for learning that will be available to students.
Point of order, the Honourable Trevor Mallard.
Mr. Speaker, I have got the advantage of having the question in front of me and checking it relatively the supplementary in front of me, Mr. Speaker, and
Point of order is being heard.
And Mr. Speaker, it was long, but I don't think any part of it was addressed.
Order. I think in fairness on this occasion I say that the question asked, does the Minister agree with the whole string of things? And the Minister, in her answer, said what she did agree with, and made it clear what she did agree with. But what that means is quite clear she didn't agree with the points being raised in the question. And I think that's where members ask whether ministers agree with things, they cannot expect any particular answer.
Point
The
of
Honourable
order.
Nanaia Mahuta.
Point of order.
Point of order.
I seek leave to table a Decile 9 school newsletter highlighting concerns about new student-teacher ratios, the impact on early years learning and one-on-one learning, especially in the areas of reading, writing and math.
Leave sought to table that school newsletter. Is there any objection? There is no objection. The Honourable Nanaia Mahuta, point of order.
I seek leave to table a 2008 study from the University of London which shows that smaller class sizes provide the greatest benefits for students with disadvantaged backgrounds.
Leave sought to table that document. Is there any objection? There is no objection.
Supplementary question.
Supplementary question, the Honourable Nanaia Mahuta.
Is it correct that under the new student-teacher ratio she has announced, the biggest increases in class sizes will occur in low decile secondary schools, small rural schools and wharekura, as they have lower numbers of year 11 to 13 students who attract a higher funding rate?
The Honourable Hekia Parata.
Mr Speaker, while it's not possible to give exact figures for each of the schools, what we've done is made consistent the middle years from 2 to 10, which actually seeks to deal with that inequity that the member is speaking about.
The Honourable Nanaia Mahuta.
Supplementary, did she discuss her plan to increase class sizes with her colleague Bill English, who said in 2004 that class sizes should be smaller because they would lead to, quote, better relationships between families, teachers and students, which research shows is really important for achievement, particularly disadvantaged kids, end of quote. And if so, did he tell her it was a bad idea or just to agree with the Treasury recommendation?
The Honourable Hekia Parata.
Mr Speaker, all proposals for the budget are discussed with the Minister of Finance.
Question number 9, Scott Simpson. Oh, beg your pardon, is it? Further supplementary question, the Honourable Nanaia Mahuta, I beg your pardon.
How does the Minister explain to parents that larger class sizes in public schools is acceptable, while private schools like, for example, Scots College, Queen Margaret and Chiltern St James are marketing themselves on the benefits of smaller class sizes? Or is this a case of do as we say but not as I do?
Mr Speaker, the member as usual is taking a selective approach. Mr Speaker, the logic of that question is that having had 5 times the number of teachers over the number of students, we should have seen a correlative lift in achievement. We have not seen that. So it is a mix of quality teaching and professional leadership, which despite the opposition's opposition, actually all of the evidence says.
Point of order.
Point of order, the Honourable Nanaia Mahuta.
I seek leave to table a statement from the Scott School website which says class sizes are small, which allows for plenty of interaction with feedback from your teacher.
Leave us sought to table that document. Is there any objection? There's no objection. Is this further point of order, the Honourable Nanaia Mahuta?
I seek leave to table another statement from Queen Margaret School which says that class
this
sizes...
statement, is it a newsletter or a website?
It's from a website.
The website, Queen Margaret.
Which says that class sizes never exceed 26 students and most classes are much smaller.
Leave us sought to table that document. Is there any objection? There is objection.
Point of order.
Point of order, the Honourable Nanaia Mahuta.
Point of order.
Order. If there will be silence, the Honourable Nanaia Mahuta.
I seek leave to table a statement from the Chiltern St James School website which says, we maintain small class sizes. This ensures that teachers have time to focus on the learning of every student in the class.
Order. Leave us sought to table that document. Is there any objection? There is objection. Question number 9, Scott Simpson.
Thank you, Mr Speaker. My question is to the Minister of Education.